This is 33 Immortals. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is a game that is basically a 33-player co-op roguelike multiplayer MMO experience extravaganza filled to the brim with classes, perks, abilities, and things to work towards as you fight a massive selection of enemies across a range of scenarios, working together to hopefully survive, work through an environment, and destroy enemies that will challenge you along the way. It's kind of interesting and definitely something very different, but also something that really will... Well, you definitely need 33 players to be able to do stuff in this game, so this one definitely needs to keep its multiplayer element going. Like, you need other people to play with, basically, right? So, this is a game preview title, so it is subject to change over time. Now I've been captured, that sucks. I've been freed. I'm being revived. Thanks, Sir Snow. So yeah, maybe we'll come back and take a look at this later if it greatly changes, but yeah, basically you come in, fight a bunch of enemies, kill a bunch of things, and go on against a giant boss eventually later on. So you're kind of building up your stats, and over time you gather more shards, become more powerful, and that's kind of the gist of the core concept of this bad boy. Oh, and you collect lots of bones, because the bones will give you upgrades when you go to buy stuff. So you're kind of working as a bit of a team of teams, and everybody comes together eventually, and you kill stuff. And yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's really quite fascinating, and like I said, there's different classes. So you could be like, oh, I'm gonna be, you know, an archer class, or oh, I'm gonna have swords or daggers. There's quite a few, and then you're at this camp, and the camp is where you can be like, okay, I'm gonna equip this thing, I'm gonna improve this, and then you get more cosmetic stuff, and it's a roguelike experience. So the idea is you go in and you die over and over and over again, but hopefully you get enough cool stuff that will allow you to become more powerful over the course of the time you play, and you're investing in your character and your experience, and I guess also hoping that other people do the same sort of thing. Otherwise you're gonna have a very hard time, well, basically killing and surviving against all the problems that pop up here. So you play a damned soul and rebel against God's judgment. Whoa. Pick up and raid. Survive hordes. Oh, I died. Wasn't really paying attention there. I had that coming. Alright, well, that's how it is. Defeat massive bosses, survive hordes, and face the wrath of God for a fight for your eternal life. Your mortal life has been judged sinful. Your soul's fate is to be punished for all eternity. But there's an rebellion growing, and you're gonna be a part of that. And this is the camp where you kind of chat with people, and then you get different stuff, and make yourself look all fancy in that. And oh, there's even some pets. You can have a beagle. That's kind of cool. I guess that makes sense. You'd want to show off everything you got. Oh, and this is your perk guy here, Dante. He's got the perks, and then you can upgrade it if you get some more gemstones. Yeah, and then there's the different classes. So we've got, like, using the Sword of Justice, but there's the Bow of Hope. There's the training thing. There's the Staff of Sloth, the Daggers of Greed. Yeah, all kinds of stuff as you go about on your fighting journey and that. And then there's all these rewards, and yeah, it's kind of neat. Like, there's quite a lot to it, and yeah, you just kind of go out and battle. It's a 4K at 60 FPS. Runs fine, looks good. 33 players, all going nuts, going wild, cooperatively fighting stuff. I mean, it's genuinely an interesting concept. I can't think of many games that have this level of a large scale. Like, traditionally, it would be something like, say, World of Warcraft, or one of those big MMORPGs where you have to do those large-scale raids that require... or dungeons or something like that. That require a lot of players and everything, so... yeah, it's going to be genuinely interesting to see how this one does. Just in terms of whether or not it, like, kind of keeps players engaged and interesting, and kind of grows, because, yeah, you, like, obviously you need 33 players, right? So, at least I don't think there's any sort of fix for a lack of that. But the concept really is quite fascinating. Like, I love when they try different multiplayer games. Like, this is genuinely fresh. I like the art style and the aesthetic of this game. It's kind of cool. It's not too hard to play. And because it's such a large co-op game, you don't necessarily need to be the best out there, because, you know, there's just so many of you. So you can kind of come in and just support others, and they can support you, and I don't think the smaller things matter as much unless you're getting those crazy boss fight scenarios, but it's an interesting concept. And then, of course, your team kind of getting whittled away at as the course of the battle rages on. It's quite interesting, because it's just, you know, it's kind of like a little bit of a time sink in that regard, and if you like the core gameplay loop, you can spend a lot of time playing and grinding and gathering stuff. Whether that's like decorative things, cosmetic stuff where you're getting, like, you know, the pets and the armor customization, or whether you're buying the upgrades. Although I would imagine upgrades are probably going to be a little bit more helpful. And of course there's the crazy, like, slaughter type room things you can go into. Ah, the torture chamber. Yes, yes, that's what I was thinking of. Which I think people are going towards. Yeah, I definitely think that is the direction people are headed. Yeah, no, it's definitely got a lot of potential, I would say. Like, it's certainly interesting. Lots of weird enemies and threats, and you know, you get like a limit of guys and teammates in here. It's neat, like, really, like, aesthetically it's interesting. They're basically like, oh, let's do one of those roguelike experiences that a lot of people are enjoying in this, like, styling. And they will just plop a whole bunch of people down here, and it'll just be madness. Although I did kind of expect it would be more sort of everybody kind of doing stuff together, if that makes sense. Like, this is, you're basically in miniature, like, squads. Of course, as things go on, you do kind of cohesively run into one another, and it does build up, and, you know, you get to that final sort of big boss thing of the area. It's like, of course, that's going to be a little... It is interesting because, yeah, you're like little mini segmented bosses, whereas the kind of concept sort of is like, oh, there's 33 of you, and I kind of just anticipated 33 players just kind of running into intense combat and stuff like that, like, you know, sort of going all crazy, whereas this is very much a little bit more smaller group organized. It makes a lot more sense, actually. Like, you can definitely tell that there was thought put into actually coordinating your smaller groups instead of just the madness of it. Definitely see how there would be a lot of skill gaps, though, between the 33 players being involved. But that's the other thing, too, is, like, you can jump in and not have any idea what you're doing, and hopefully your teammates will kind of carry you through. You take 30% less damage. Nice. Let's see what we open for our key. Yeah, you just kind of keep building up your assets. And then, you know, when you die, you have to come back, and you lose everything, and you have to reset, and... Well, you don't lose everything. Like, there is, you know, obviously that sense of progression, because it is a roguelike. But you definitely gotta work hard to get better stuff. And I like the art direction, too. It's got, like, a bit of a whimsical look to it. Like, it's kind of you know, violent, but it's still sort of cartoonish almost. It's a neat vibe. All those people down here in large maps. It's a neat game because if they do this right and it builds up, you could just literally just keep releasing like map content and stuff and add more randomness to it. And should keep the experience basically fresh every time you go about it. And as far as the game preview goes, I guess it's perfectly fine. Like, I don't really see why it wasn't kind of like a regular release almost of sorts. I don't know, maybe there's something crazier going on. It seems like everybody's kind of grouping up here. There must be, I think there's one of the gate areas is opening. See, there's only 32 Immortals because we've lost some people. Let's go meet up with the rest of the team. I take it some are already in the pit. I don't have any skulls. So yeah, you just kind of do these like crazy big moments. I guess it's also like a balance of like, do you want to get in there and attack a lot of guys? Because then you're going to be losing health. And you do actually, like, you can't really just do stuff by yourself. Like, it actually requires people coming together on things. Shouldn't we kill this creature before you collect the... Okay, I guess we'll just grab it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, and it's cross-platform stuff. I mean, that makes sense, like the cross-play type stuff. Yeah, I get that. Gotta have the largest player pool possible, right? That's not good. I gotta get over to a gate in order to heal. Lots of cool stuff on this, though. Like, lots going on, lots of different monsters, lots of different enemies. Like, I'm getting some cool perk things and extra, like, things to enjoy in the next match, for instance. And I've also got a collection of things I have going on here. Neat. Thank you, Dust Shrine. I guess it'd also be kind of traumatizing, too, if you do all this build-up and then you just die. You gotta restart from scratch. I do... Like, I'm assuming this is just, like, all online-oriented, but it would be cool if they do have, like, an offline backup. Like, with AI or something. That would be kind of neat, just so that there's never, like, a lack of people to interact with and stuff, as to say. New torture chamber has opened. Right on. You know me, all about these torture chambers, what can I say? I will enter the torture chamber. Rise above the Almighty. Who's ready to get tortured? You guys can join my shielding collective. Trying to join these shielding collectives is kind of getting me incredibly injured. I don't know how other people are having so much health. They must be doing like archery. Like archery, I guess you just sit back a little bit more. Like I'm using a sword, so I'm getting in there, but like we've only lost one person, and I'm like, I feel like I'm on the edge of dying. Because I am. I've got really low health. No, I've died. Can anyone save my life? Well, there's a couple of us that are dead in here. I'll just gracefully move around like a wisp. It's the will of the wisps. Is there only like 3 players of ours in here? Like there's like 3 of us? My rebellion has failed? The hopes and dreams of all the Covenant rested upon my shoulders. That sucks. Feel like we didn't really accomplish anything. So it really is, I guess, just about playing a lot of it, building up your stuff, and then hopefully going further, I guess. It's not hard, but also it feels like things are not given easily. I have a new perk. Plus 5 damage when your health is full. How often is my health going to be full? Never have enough crystals to upgrade stuff. The Halo of Hope? Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, with this being like an Xbox tied-in thing, I'm surprised they don't have like Master Chief Armor or something going on. Yeah, I don't want to do training, but thanks. Relics. I'm learning about the relic collection. $50 shards, that's what I'm talking about. The Crown of Immortality. I see, now that I've spent it on there, I got more health. Makes sense. Oh, I see, I've got like a different aesthetic thing there, and then cosmetic earnings. That's pretty cool. What else do you have for me, dear? The Dagga's agreed. I guess that encourages you to try the different classes. No, that makes a lot of sense. Love this essence of all these souls like wandering into the gate. Paradisia is in development. That's really lovely looking with the big gate there and all the stars and that. Absolutely just lovely. Ascend to face the boss. Cooperate to stand a chance. I feel like you'd basically, unless you get like good chance of everyone in your lobby being really good, by the time you get to the boss, you probably got such thinned out numbers that you're not able to do much. I love the vibe of all the different looking designs for characters. But yeah, it definitely punishes you if you're not taking like good care of your health, you're not working with a squad. It's already lost 13 health and we just got in here. It's easy to die pretty fast. But I definitely like the vibe of it. Very cool looking. This is just whether or not the formula is addicting or not for you. Give me thy skulls. I think there's a lot of potential with this one. I don't know if it might be too niche or anything like that, but it's kind of a cool concept. There's tons of people fighting stuff, killing things together. If only we had something like this, but also like third person kind of like fantasy, like Fable-like would be super cool. I don't mind this, but I'm just like imagining, you know, like a Fable-esque version of this. Ooh, a magical chest.